Hey guys, what's going on? So in this video I am gonna talk about functions in JavaScript. So what exactly is a function? So I will just say it with an example. Suppose you have to do a multiplication of two numbers like 2 and 3. So next thing is that you have to do a multiplication of 3 and 4. Then you have to do a multiplication of 5 and 6. So it is just a repetitive task. You don't want to do the repetitive tasks again and again in the world of programming. So what you can do is that you can just create a function, and whenever you want to use that function, just call that function. So here I will explain functions using a simple multiplication function. So how let's define a function. So for defining a function, first we have to use the keyword function, then we have to give a name for our function. So I will give it a name for multiplication, and I will give a parenthesis over here. Here I can write my code. So what I have to do is I have to do a multiplication of two variables. So I can do a into b. So this star is used for multiplication, as I have said in the previous videos, so do check that. And I have now a into b. Now I want to store this a into b in another variable, so I can use c equal to a into b. Here you can see I have not initialized a or b, like let a let b, like that. So if you are not doing like this, the a is defined as where a where b as default in JavaScript. Okay, so I have c equal to a into b, and let me save it. Now I can just call this multiplication function. So multiplication of, I can write parenthesis. Now here I want to send some data like this. So here we have a into b. So our computer doesn't know what is a and what is b, so we have to give something. So here I can give 5 and comma and 6. Now we are sending this 5 and 6 to here, but there is no variable to just accept the 5 and 6, so I can just write a b. Now whenever I say 5, it will be a, whenever I say 6, it will be b. So let me save it. Let me do one thing. Let me just console log this thing here. So console.log, I can write c here, and when I go to browser, when I refresh, you can see 30, which is 5 into 6. Yeah, it's working perfectly. So now if you want to do anything like multiplication of I say 1555 into 696969, like that, it will be very easy. Because we have already defined this condition here, we can just do a refresh and we can see it's not a number because it's a large number, and our computer cannot just handle that. Let me just delete this and delete this, and now let me just refresh it. Now you can see it is again a big number 155. Let me just delete. Oh, okay, I don't want that star here. So previously I put a star here, so I don't want a star here. So let me put a comma here, and we can just write any big number like this. And let me go to my browser. Let me refresh. Now you can see the huge number is showing here. So this is the use of function. You can use functions to make repetitive tasks in one form, and you can just call that function. Now I am going to talk about the various methods you can just create a function. So here I just created a function using function multiplication, like that. Now this is functional statements. Now I can create using expressions like const function equal to I can just write const function equal to const, not function. Const we have to give a variable name, like I can give division here. Const division equal to, not decision, it's division. Const division equal to function of, I can just give x comma y, and I can just give here, let me take any variable set, and x bar y, it will divide the thing like this. Now what can I do is that I can just call division of, I can give 1555 divided by 5, and let me just console log the answer here. So console dot log, where is log? Yeah, log. I can just console log set. Let me do it here, line number 14. Let me refresh. Now you can see it's not a number because we have put division sign here. It's not division, you have to put a comma here. So comma, and let me save it, and let me refresh it. Now you can see the division of 1555 divided by 5 is 311. So this is another method you can use to define a, not define, to write a function. And the next method is you can use arrow functions. So what arrow functions is that it can be so simpler. For example, I cannot just say with that, I will give it with an example. So I can write const for this will be an addition function. Const addition equal to, I don't want to write the function keyword there, I can just put a parenthesis, a equal to and a greater than symbol. Then I can write like this. You can just see that I can use here, here I want to do an addition here, so I can do c equal to a plus b, like that. Now I want to do an addition, so I can call addition, and I can give two numbers which will be 1000 plus 69. Not plus, you have to put comma here, and I have to console log this is, so console.log console.log this is addition. So let me first write addition just for understanding purpose. So addition, and I can put a comma, then I can press C, and let me save it. And in the browser, when I refresh, you can see a reference a is not defined. Yeah, because we have sent 1069 here, but our a and b don't know that it's 1069 because we have to put it here. So a comma b, so the first variable will be a and the second variable will be b. These are parameters. So let me save it, and in the browser let me refresh. Now you can see the addition is 1069. So these are the different methods you can write your functions in JavaScript. First method is you can just use the row method like function multiplication, just like that. Next method is you can just use an expression like this, or you can use a arrow functions like this. I prefer using arrow functions because you see React, a popular JavaScript library, uses arrow functions many ways. So personally, I prefer you should start using arrow functions for everything. And I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And this is Adarsh Gupta signing off.